Blacks on the left want you to consider racism whenever there are problems in the black community. The wage gap is due to racism. Disparities within the criminal justice system, it's absolutely not because of differences in crime rates, it's due to racism. Problems with education, it's definitely due to racism. But while their knee-jerk reaction is to insist that every black problem is due to racism, conservatives like myself will first consider culture. Black conservatives are not trying to win favor with white folks. This is an argument you often hear, but it's just absolutely ridiculous. What black conservatives want is to be treated equally and not be looked at as some miserable lapdog that needs his ego stroked every 5 minutes. Apparently, many white liberals feel so sorry for us. So sorry that they do what many liberals do and make all kinds of accommodations for us poor black folks. But nobody ever thinks about the fact that the accommodations simply prove that they think of us as inferiors. They think we're incapable of getting IDs, incapable of getting into colleges without having them to adjust academic requirements, incapable of following laws, so they change them so that so many blacks won't keep getting locked up for breaking them. They think poorly of us, and many of us support them thinking poorly of us because it makes us more comfortable about many of us not having reached a certain level of success. Many of us have become totally comfortable getting a helping hand rather than doing things on our own. After all, whites owe us, right? They have privilege, so it's only right. Many people think that black conservatives who discuss the epidemic levels of crime in some black communities are helping white supremacists. The logic is that we're using the same information that these racist white people use when they attack black people. However, there's a huge difference between black conservatives and white racists. A racist believes that blacks can't change because we're inferior. Black conservatives believe that we can change. So it doesn't matter that we point to the same data. That point is irrelevant. The data is what it is. If it's factual, it shouldn't matter. What does matter is if we decide to work towards change or ignore all of the issues and continue to play the blame game. I choose not to ignore it. Now, as far as black conservatives conserving white supremacy goes, where do people get this stuff? What policy do we support that's in favor of white supremacy? What ideas do we discuss that are in favor of white supremacy? Since when is wanting better for blacks and all Americans a white supremacist idea? The idea of white supremacy is that whites are superior. That's the whole idea around white supremacy. Here's the problem though. What conservatives push for is equal treatment for everyone of any race. Now you have to ask black Democrats or left-leaning individuals who happen to be black why equal treatment is such a scary thing for them. And this is what I believe. You all fight tooth and nail to prevent policies that treat you equally. Instead, you push for handouts, reparations, and to be given lower standards. Here are a few examples. You push for affirmative action, which allows blacks to get into colleges and universities based on lowered standards. You push to have disruptive black kids to be allowed to stay in the classrooms and not to be punished in school from grades K through 12. Thus, the standards are now different because black kids were disproportionately being suspended for disproportionately disturbing the classroom. And as far as policing goes, folks are pushing for police to be more laxed in communities of color. This is because so many blacks are being placed in prison and due to police shooting people. However, the statistics have shown that more black people die when the police are not in those communities due to black intraracial violent crime, better known as black on black crime. It's called the Ferguson effect, and more black people lose their lives when you protect criminals over police officers. Now, what you'll notice about all these things that get pushed for is that they all require a lowering of standards for black people. Now think about that for a minute. White supremacy is based on whites being superior to blacks. You are pushing for standards to be lowered for blacks so that we do not have to directly compete with whites on the same level. Does that not make it seem as though whites are superior to us? If you think that blacks shouldn't have to compete on the same playing field that whites are playing on, then that just says that you believe that blacks are inferior. This is the mindset of many black liberals. Yes, it's all cloaked in the oppression of the past, but at what point are we supposed to be able to play on this equal playing field? Now, I know life isn't fair for everyone, but to say that we need whites to lower standards? How do you not see that this is more in support of white supremacy than anything that any black conservative would push for? Conservatives are not the ones furthering white supremacy. You are. You can't embrace decades of victimhood without also embracing the belief that your victimizer is in some way superior to you. I'm Chi Brown for Considered Culture. If you like this video and would like to see more, please consider making a donation to my Patreon or through PayPal. Links can be found in the description. Also, share this, like this, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.
No more Yaza Baza.